What's up, guys? This is Dawn Turner from Seaside Massacre, and you are watching Band Chat.
Hey, welcome back to Band Chat. You guys know us. I'm Bonnie, and this is James, and we're from Innocence Torn. And tonight, guys, we've got another special guest. Are you actually in Hawaii, Rob?
Yes, I actually live in Hawaii. My band is based in Portland, Oregon. My wife was born and raised here, and we moved during the pandemic.
I see.
So I still make my time back on the West Coast to record and to. We finished our album, so we did some recording and we've done some touring, and we're doing some more touring now. So, yeah, so I split my time between the mainland and the island.
Well, everybody, welcome Rob Wessels. Hopefully I pronounced that right, from the Bar Pilots. Yay! Welcome, Rob.
Awesome. Thank you. Nice to see you all.
So tell us a little bit about your band. It sounds like you have a definite fusion between maybe alternatives, Americana, that kind of thing. Can you tell us a little bit more about your band?
Sure. So the Bar Pilots was born out of myself and Vince Adame. He was the drummer for a band called Jenny Lynn Bryant, who is actually from your backyard. And she was a classically trained opera singer who happened to sing country. And they were opening for acts like Kelly Pickler, Keith Urban, Taylor Swift, big acts. And she was getting ready to release a record. And a year prior, she said she saw me playing, and I was doing country at the time. Saw me playing and heard me playing some of my originals. She said, "Robbie, one day you're going to open for me." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, whatever." We're in a club, and she's being sweet.
You guys were
for
your shows. What you're telling me, because we're doing country. Like we don't services because we're a metal act, and the country acts. You guys make money. It's a cool concept.
Yeah. And so a year later, I get a phone call from her, and all I get is, "Robbie, you're going to be opening for me on October 26th at American Cowgirls."
Wow.
And I didn't even have a band. I had a cowboy hat, some Wranglers, and an acoustic guitar. That's it. So fast forward, I play the show. Vince comes up to me and says, "Hey, if you ever need a drummer," and he gives me his card. And then like a year later, I run into him again at a jam, and he's playing bass. And I'm like, "I think I know you, dude." And we got up and jammed together with Bolt Upright, who's a known, Northwest blues musician. And, it was just chemistry, like instant chemistry. So we started writing together right away. And I'd already had a bunch of songs in my back pocket. And Vince started learning how to sing and play bass at the same time. He's already a super accomplished drummer and singer in his own right, but playing bass and singing is a whole other thing. So, but yeah, we've been together 15 years.
Wow.
Nice.
That's amazing. So you guys are about to release an album. You want to talk a little bit about that as well?
Yeah. So the record is the culmination of literally thousands of hours of stage experience with these songs. These songs have been stage tested all over the Northwest, festivals and clubs and all that. The album's titled Hope and Anchor. And a lot of people ask me that aren't from the Northwest, ask me, "Rob, what's a bar pilot?" And you all living up there, you know what a bar pilot is.
Yeah, right, I do.
But it's kind of a triple entendre, because a bar pilot is that. But we started out as an original band playing cover songs so that we could get work, much like a lot of rock musicians do. And then we would throw in our originals, and people wouldn't really notice that they weren't originals. They'd come up to us after the set, say, "Is that Robert Palmer?" Or "Is that, who is that?" And be like, "No, that's one of ours," So at one point I coined the moniker that our band is all about good times and bad decisions.
I love it.
And, that's what a lot of the songs are written about, is good times and bad decisions. So yeah. And then when we got signed a couple years ago by Larry Touring at Von Artists, when we got signed to their label, I just decided, who expected a couple of 50-plus-year-old guys to get a record deal? So I said that, we are Portland's oldest boy band.
I love that.
Something to be proud of.
So are you still signed to Von Artist?
Yes. They're actually the ones that are our distributor. So we're really excited about it because they really help us out. Larry's been integral in guiding us through the release process because a lot of people think, I don't need a record company, and you really don't, but if you really want to get your music out there on a global scale, you need some support. Yeah. And Von Artist
contacts that you're not going to get, not likely.
Oh yeah, and Von Artist is tied to the Orchard, which, if you know what the Orchard is, they're part of Sony's independent record group. Yeah. So when the album hits, it's distributed across 200 different streaming platforms. A lot of people think it's just Spotify, Pandora, and Amazon Music, but we look at numbers from across the world. We've had our stuff heard. I was just looking at the numbers this morning, and just on Spotify alone, we were getting spins in Peru. I mean, that's crazy.
That's badass.
Yeah, there's definitely a global market for good music.
They're jamming your stuff at cartel parties, dude. That's
more of those good times and bad decisions, right?
Right.
I will be right back.
Well, we're from Molly Crew, right? Dr. Feelgood. I'm sure there was some kind of weird, strange one-off correlation there.
Yeah. Why not? But no, it's definitely a good time to be. I mean, it's tough to be an independent musician, that. Right. But honestly, if you can just keep your head in the game, there's little victories to be had every single day.
Oh, 100%. And like you said, a lot of bands, I think, would go a lot further. There's an amazing amount of talent, but there's the business aspect. Like you're saying, getting it marketed, getting it distributed, having some kind of management. Management can be very scary. So not only searching for that, but doing your homework and finding out what you're getting yourself into, reading the fine print, seeing what's your best option. Because, like we've had 6 different labels contact us, and there's a couple we almost went with, but there's just some things there that just didn't work for whatever reasons, without mentioning any names. We're still
I totally get it.
We're still looking for a record label, even though we could have already been signed under one, but we've done everything they've offered us pretty close.
Yeah, Von Artist. We're just saying, Von Artist.
Yeah, right. Now that.
Well, I'll definitely put in a word for you, brother.
Hook me up.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll definitely put in a word for you because the thing is that like Von Artist, what's cool about them is they are very much an indie label.
That's cool.
And Larry, I always drop Larry's name because I'll tell you how we got signed. So I started a dialogue with him. Oh yeah. I started a dialogue with him over Deep Purple. He's all things Deep Purple. He knows that band inside and out.
It's awesome.
And one night we were getting ready to open for the Bullet Boys over at Bossa Nova Ballroom.
Nice.
They're kind of a legacy act from the 80s, kind of a one-hit, maybe two-hit wonder. But it was one of those nights when we were really on, and he happened to finally come to a show to see us play. And the Bullet Boys were not prepared. Yeah, and the Bullet Boys were not prepared for what we were about to bring to the stage. And so, needless to say, we had a really good show. They did okay, but we had a really good show.
You guys were on.
And that was the point where Larry's like, I'm in. I'm going to help you guys, and he's been guiding us ever since.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
But yeah, and we're really excited because, well, you all know Rebecca. She's helped us. I've been talking to Rebecca for years, and she's been trying to get us up to Everett, and Seattle, and all that. We finally made it up there a couple of years ago and had such a good time playing over at the Lucky Dime, and then over at the was it the Vessel?
Oh yeah.
Yep, we played with gosh, I cannot remember I know one of them, Giselle. It was Fatal Butterfly, and I forget the other band's name. Guy was a really good guitar player, though. I'm kicking my own butt for not remembering. I apologize. Kicking my own butt for not remembering. So apologies to that band. But
no, honestly, we kind of get that. We were like, did we play that? Did we play with these folks?
Yeah.
Like 4 years ago, and we feel really bad about it, you know. And so sometimes we'll have to go looking along the, you know, secret layer here. Where we have like all of our posters and stuff, and be like, oh my god, we did play with that.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Well, so we're coming back again, and then this coming Friday we're going to be in Seattle at Slim's Last Chance. So that's kind of our Seattle debut.
Cool.
And then we're going to be playing Tony V's the following week.
Nice. You're going to like Tony V's. That place.
Yeah.
I love that.
We love you, Tony.
Yeah, Tony's awesome. It's just a class all the way. It's nice.
Oh yeah. And we're so excited because our friends, so Angie Farrow, I met her when she was doing her thing with the kind of the what was it, the kind of the goth showgirl kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember what she called it.
I'm sorry, I do not remember the name of that, but I have seen it.
Yeah. So they were there when we did the last tour, and she and I became friends. Amazing woman, awesome lady, and she hooked us up with the Hypnotex.
Oh, nice.
So they're gonna be joining us.
Oh, you guys are gonna love playing with them. They are a blast.
Oh yeah, and then Christy Michelle's gonna be there, and I believe I met her at that show as well. So it's kind of like seeing a bunch of old friends again. And we're just excited to be able to share the music and actually have people have a whole album. We were trying to position a vinyl release to come with it all, but you know, vinyl always runs last. And of course, this time it's running last. So, but we will have it for sale here very soon up on our website and such. So,
yeah, I don't think people, you know, when they look at the whole entirety of getting an album out or doing the releases, how much work we actually put into that, how many hours. You know, countless mixes, you know, the bitching and complaining. Yep. it's a lot.
Oh, yeah.
So, and how long did you say it took to put this particular album together?
We started in the fall of 2019, actually in the winter of 2019. And then, we started in the new year of 2020. And right about the time we got the guitar tracks, the drum tracks, and the bass tracks put down, you know, we kind of spent our wad for that. And then we were going to like come back in about a month and start to record again. And then there was this weird little thing that happened. I don't know if it affected you guys, but they call it a pandemic. That happened.
I tried to not let it affect me. I was the guy who was getting kicked out of the store because I'd wear my mask as a chin diaper. You know, and I'd have people like, you got to go. And I'm like, gladly. And then I'd find a store where I could do that, you know, so, yeah. But
we actually formed in the heaviest part of the pandemic. And
oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. Which is actually funny. We actually got married during the pandemic as well.
Oh, wow.
So we just bypassed everybody's bullshit around that. And we just threw live streams in our backyard. Like we went and saw all the neighbors. Yeah. And
nice.
And it really, really worked because a lot of people were really hungry because they couldn't go to shows. And so we'd have different bands in the
neighborhood was eating it up. It's
they love it. I mean, we just...
People you wouldn't think would be in the middle, like, what's going on? People are gathering, you know, so it's fun.
Yeah, I mean, we told them, and, you know, mostly everybody was cool. But, I mean, we really, really went out of our way to kind of decorate our, you know, our space out back. And, you know, we had tents and all that stuff out there. It looked like a mini venue. And when you watch it, you know, watch the live stream, you could really, really get into it. And I think the pandemic allowed everything to calm down enough for us to be like, okay, now we can enact our evil plan.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. That's awesome. Yeah. That's amazing.
So we used it to our best interest.
Yeah, and we did too, but we did it kind of more on the backside, where once we had all those basic tracks down, then it was just kind of planning and putting things together and building out our social media. And our social media is very modest, as you've seen, but we've had some really good luck with things coming our way. And the year before last, I came back and in January of 2021, I went into Black Diamond Studios and we recorded all the vocals in one night.
Nice.
And that's where we were recorded at. Black Diamond Studios, which is a tremendous, if you ever get the opportunity, they're out in Gresham, Kentucky. But but it's amazing place to record.
How many songs did you record in one shot?
13 tracks.
Jesus, you got
yeah. So I came in, I'd been running 3 miles a day for like a couple months just to get my wind up. Yeah. And so we went in and Vince was sitting in the control room while I was doing it. And he's like, do it again. Do it again.
In there. I've been there.
Yeah. And then after that, we had everything done. And then we just started, our buddy who's actually going to be on this tour with us. We're very excited. Tony Esperanza of ESP Drums. He actually is a drum manufacturer, tremendous talent of a drummer. And, he was using us as his test bunny for mixing and mastering. So this record was totally mixed by Tony Esperanza.
Wow.
And he did a tremendous. And the really cool part is, poor guy, he went through his own struggles, came through a back surgery and all that, but he is ready. And he used to be our drummer years ago. And he's actually going to be on this little run of shows with us while we're back. Nice. So the same guy that mixed and mastered the record and scrutinized all 13 tracks. He scrutinized for over a year. I've got probably 5 mixes of each song that we've done.
Oh, we know what that's like.
Yeah, we definitely do.
Yeah.
Mixed opinions and all kinds of, it's so.
Yeah, coming together on the final mixes is never really easy. And sometimes we just have to be like, okay, like we got to get
totally.
Eventually, it's got to call it. You know?
Yeah, I mean,
you could spend forever on a song, and by then, there's already new stuff in the works, and it's like, how long are you going to work?
Yeah, and you can speed up by overdoing it.
True.
Sometimes, like
more often than not.
Yeah, more often than not, we find that like some of our
Chinese Democracy in case Mark took 10 years, which I thought was an album actually, which is because it was least popular, but being a musician and listening to it the first 10 times I listened to it, I hated it. But after that 10th time, I was like, this thing's a masterpiece. But unfortunately, pieces aren't going to sell very well because it's becoming a musician's masterpiece, and you got to find that fine line, because you look at some of the biggest hits, like "Hit Me with Your Best Shot" or anything. Easy. It's pretty simple, So it doesn't have to be real over the top. You're probably better off if it's not. But that's
definitely.
So why don't you tell me about some of the singles that you're going to be dropping off this album here pretty soon?
So the debut single is going to be called "Box of Bows." And that single, it's actually in the pre-save link. And I don't know if I sent you a pre-save link, but I'll send you a pre-save link so you can check it out.
Okay. And then I'll post all the links, all this in the description below. So
cool.
Don't forget to go and check this out. While you're there, don't forget to like and subscribe to their channel and then follow them on Spotify. But anyway, you go right ahead. It's really exciting. Box of Bows. Vince and I have been writing songs for years, but the way we write is sometimes I'll come in with some lyrics and an idea, and Vince will come up with the riff, or sometimes he'll come in with some lyrics and I'll come up with the riff. And this was one of those cases where he had these lyrics and he's like, "Rob, what do you think you can do with this?" So I started working on it, and then within a couple days, I had the whole arrangement worked out, and then I started singing it. But the test for us is who sings it better. So we'll go through, and I'll take a couple runs at it, and he'll take a couple runs at it. And it was just one of those things where he's like, "This is your song. You're singing it." But it's Box of Bows is one of those tunes that has a kind of a 90s alt vibe, almost a Matchbox 20 vibe. Oh. Which I don't know if that's a blessing or a curse.
That's a blessing. Matchbox 20.
But but what's cool about it is it's really about, we all have those moments in our lives where, especially with social media, where, you know, we look at other people's lives and we're like, God, they are doing so good. I wish I was doing that good. I wish I was that pretty. I wish I was that thin, or I wish I had that car. And what we have to stop and realize is, and what we have to realize is that we're seeing a snapshot of someone's life. And then a lot of times it's through a filter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
the best of the best and not the ugly. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what Box of Bows is about. It's about how you can cover up your problems, but they're still going to be there. You know, you can buy that fancy car, drive it all around. Sooner or later, those problems will come and track you down. They just will.
Right? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My BMW paperweight. I get it. And, you know, thanks for fucking pointing that out.
You're welcome. That's what I do. It's my gift.
It is a gift. It is. So, you guys are going to be coming. You're going to be coming back over to the States for a tour. And when did that start?
So I'm going to be back in town in Portland on the 14th of this next week, and then we have rehearsals on the 14th, 15th, and then the 16th we will be in Seattle at Slim's Last Chance. Tickets are on sale now at slimslastchance.com, I believe is what that ticket link is for them. And then the following week, on the 22nd, we will be at Tony V's Garage up in Everett. And that's going to be awesome. And I hope I get to see you all there, too. It'll be great to meet you.
Oh, and then,
and in between then, if you guys have any shows you need us to jump on and help you out.
Unfortunately, right now, we have decided not to do a bunch of scheduling in the future.
Just at the moment. We're in a recording stage.
Nice.
And so we've got some stuff that our manager is got in his hot little hands right now, and so we're just gonna we're biding our time because
shopping labels and
cool
stuff's being kind of like, you know how that works. They're not allowing us to like release anything right now. So
I got you.
But at the same time, it's also given us a lot of downtime that we really needed. We did get to go to San Diego and play Rock and Roll San Diego.
Yeah.
Thanks to our friend Nico and Sadie. And they brought us down, and I'm telling you that it changed a lot of the way that we think about our local area. What we got to see a little bit of what we really want, and a good direction to get there. And sometimes you're so in the middle of the grind that you just don't stop and go, okay, well, what direction are we going? So we're just kind of taking that time right now. I mean, if we found a good venue and we found a good show, we would probably do it.
That's great.
But, you also have to, take that time to really reflect and
right
before something big comes.
Big pushers, like we've kind of dominated where we went. We need to branch out and hit places like Colorado, Texas, Georgia, the East Coast. I want to get our name out where we're not so frequently seen, outside of social media and whatnot. I feel like that's important to, add new territory to our fan base, live. We're really good. We got great material, but when you see us, we have a performance, that I think has really been our strongest point. And that's where I like to go to places where they haven't seen us. It's one thing to see something on YouTube with subpar audio or whatever, and another thing to actually see you and feel the vibe, so.
Yep, I totally get it. Yeah, that's something that we really want to do too. It's so weird because it's like you play your hometown enough and you get to a point where you can't even get arrested in your hometown. You know what I mean?
right. Can't even go to the grocery store without somebody
stopping you for an hour, and it's hot as hell outside.
Every time I go to the grocery, I got someone go, oh, hey, and I don't even know who half the people are, and I'm just, which is cool. That's cool. I mean, that tells me that we're on the right track and this and that. And I love the fact that people love the band. So don't get me wrong, whoever's watching, but it can be stressful at times.
I love it. I love it. Honestly, the funny part is that then when you leave, I remember we played a bunch of shows. My phone overheated. You guys are so dang hot.
I try.
That's the metal right there. You guys are so hot, you overheated the phone.
I've heard worse things. So We got rudely interrupted by the heating of your phone. But what were you were saying about that?
I was just saying that, it's funny because the last time we were back, we're telling people, hey, we're just doing this run of shows, and people still hadn't figured out that I actually live in Hawaii now. And so then I go back home, or, I come back to Hawaii, and then I start getting these bookings from guys, from venues saying, hey, we want you to come here on this date. We want you to come here on that date. And I'm like, guys, I'm already home.
And that's a terrible thing. That must be a terrible thing to leave Portland and I'm at home in Hawaii.
Yeah.
What's the music scene like there?
Actually, did you survive the tsunami 2025 disaster?
Actually, you know what? That was really fascinating. So we have a couple So a lot of people don't realize we don't live on a continental shelf. Like you folks on the West Coast, you're on a continental shelf. All of our islands are literally volcanoes under the ocean, and they were formed by volcanoes. And then we have volcanoes on top of volcanoes up here. So like our tallest point on the Big Island is roughly 13,000 feet, which just over 13,000 feet. That's Mauna Kea. And it's a dormant volcano. But what people don't realize is that's the above ground elevation. Below ground, it's another 23,000 feet to the bottom of the ocean for that mountain.
Unbelievable.
So it's the tallest mountain in the world from below sea level. It's like 35,000 feet.
Wow. That's very impressive.
So, but
what's the music community like over there in Hawaii?
It is really cool. We have a tiny music community, but there's amazing people in our music community.
Cool.
One of them is my childhood crush. I have not officially met her yet, but I adopted a dog because she funds a rescue here called Elio Rescue. Elio is Hawaiian for dog. And it's actually pronounced Hawaii, not Hawaii. If you want to sound more native or more local, say Hawaii when you go there. And I'll teach you a couple of Hawaiian words that I've learned since I've been here. So aloha, that means hello or goodbye.
Right.
Ohana means family or home. Ohana. And then mahalo means thank you.
Yep. I've been over there, and I've always wanted to come back. Yeah, I've always wanted to come back. It is so nice over there.
Tiki. Well, that's as close as I've gotten.
Yeah, and then keiki is kids. And then if you're asking for directions, and you probably experienced this yourself, if somebody says, okay, so you're going to go down Kinaule, and then you're going to go Makai. Makai is towards the sea.
Oh, okay.
Makai is towards the sea. Mauka is towards the mountains.
Perfect.
Yeah. So now you know a little bit of jargon for when you're out here.
Yeah.
Because the pigeon and the Hawaiian can definitely get you confused.
Well,
and
it's awesome. Cheetah, who's Hawaiian, and he's been wanting us to maybe do a couple of shows over there because he says that the scene over there is really cool as well. So
it's very cool vibes. There's not a lot of venues here, but the turnout for live music is amazing. I have a local band here that I play in called Ohe Kala. And Ohe Kala is Hawaiian for no money. Because none of us are getting rich out here. But
you get your toes in the sand.
Yeah. And it's just I live on the Big Island of Hawaii. It's Hawaii Island. So we're a little more country out here. We're a little more backwoods. But one of the coolest shows we got to play, they had a venue that was a junkyard that had literally closed. And these people rented the property of the junkyard. There was still junk on the property. It was a wrecking yard is what it was. And they reorganized the wrecking yard, and it looked like something apocalyptic.
Oh, cool.
And then they organized it. They were going to do a series of shows there. It was going to be a concert venue. And so Ohe Kala, we were invited, and we're more of our covers that we do are more throwback covers, and then I throw in a couple of originals. But it's like throwbacks, like we do deep cut covers like The Cure or Peter Frampton or stuff like that. We do some of the new wave stuff, the Cars. And so we get invited and we're paired with these heavy metal acts. And one of them's doing like Cowboys from Hell, like the whole album, just amazing. And the players here are super talented. But this Wrecking Yard thing, the sun's perfect. Everything's perfect. They do this show. We go out and play it. The rain holds off. It's in the middle of the jungle. And you've got this Wrecking Yard and they've got everything set out. And the lights are there. The stage is huge. And that was the one show. They only got to do one show because some private equity guy came in and scooped up the property right after they made the venue. So
that sounds absolutely amazing. I was going to say sign me up, and then you went and ruined it.
yeah. But it was a beautiful night, and the cool thing is that our music community here is very bonded. We all come out and support each other where we can, and it doesn't matter if it's local kind music or if it's heavy metal or pop or jazz. Some of the most diverse players out here you'll meet. In fact,
the best shows, I think, are where there is diversity, where everybody doesn't sound like everybody. I myself, because it creates an ambiance. It becomes more art-like, So I think.
Oh yeah, and my girl crush, her name is Jane Weedlin. You might not know who she is. She's the rhythm guitar player, the cute little pixie from the Go-Go's.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. That was like every man's boyfriend crush. Yeah.
Let's be real. The Go-Go's, everybody loves the Go-Go's, and she happens to live here. And I've been dying to run into her at a jam. And one night, my buddy was inviting me out to this club on the west side of the island, which is about 2 hours away from where I live. And I was like, oh, I should go, but I'm so tired. I got to work the next morning. And I just couldn't get myself motivated to go. And then I open up my TikTok and my buddy's got his phone out and Jane Weedlin is jamming. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I missed her. She was jamming just with the local kind, just having a good time.
That's awesome.
So,
I do hope that you get to meet her sometime in the future. We got a few more minutes to go. So I have to make sure that we've got all of where can people find you on social media? Tell us if you have a YouTube page. And then again, I will link all the descriptions for him and the band in the description below. So
I appreciate it. Well, first of all, I just want to thank you all and Legacy Entertainment for putting this together. That's the first thing I want to do.
Thank you so much, Rebecca. We love you.
It's a Sunday. I know you guys had a bit of a weekend, and I just really appreciate you. So currently, we're on Facebook as the Bar Pilots. You can find Instagram, the Bar Pilots 1 on Instagram, or just look up the Bar Pilots. You'll find us on Instagram. We are on Blue Sky. And I'll have to send you that one because I forget what I called that one. And then I'm on TikTok. I didn't do an official Bar Pilots page. What I did was a personal page, and it's called Rob's Bar Pilots Talk.
Okay.
And actually, the fun of that is that I do lives pretty regularly, almost every single day on there. Sometimes I'll play some songs acoustically, jam out. It's really about good vibes. But what I've been doing is when we play shows over here, and I'm going to do it when we are there, I'll mount my phone up and do a live stream so that our friends that are on TikTok can actually see what's happening at the show. So, if there's any friends out there that are coming out to the show tonight, or they're coming out to the shows next week and the following week, you might actually be in the TikTok stream. So I'm just putting that out there, because I don't want to have a Coldplay moment like we had a couple weeks ago that we heard about. I don't know if you guys heard about that or not, but
I think the whole free world heard about that.
Yeah, I just want to keep some of those people out of trouble. We've
those are your best fans. I mean,
yeah.
No sense in getting sued. Ain't no
they're on video.
Well, years ago, and I still do it. I would write recaps of our shows. And the next day, get some pictures and write some recaps. So I have a real memory for things that happened. And I would kind of, maybe some things got a little glorified. Maybe a few exaggerations. But then I would get instant messages from people saying, hey, I wasn't there. Okay. My wife doesn't know. My husband does not know I was there. He thought I was in.
So you mean this happened?
Not Lincoln City. Yeah.
I think you're going to.
That's just all about the good times and bad decisions.
Right. We're all for that. So, guys, like I said, please go and follow, like, subscribe, and share. Give this man and his band some support. The ticket link will be below. Go to the show. Really, really go out and support your local musician because it only takes one of you guys to make our day, and we absolutely love it. So, Rob, thank you so much for being here all the way from Hawaii. Just to sit with our little band chat, and we really appreciate you, and we'll hope to see you out in a show.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Thank you so much, and you folks take care out there.
You
Mahalo.
Too. Mahalo.
How utterly blessed am I that I get to sit down with artists and bands like this. They bring me their exclusive, album drops, and I'm just in awe. I can't tell you how much I appreciate this. You guys, please go out and see the Bar Pilots, go buy their album. It drops today. Today. Actually, I think it drops, today. So, go out, give Rob some love, go and see their website, go check them out on social media. And guys, tomorrow night, which is going to be the 16th, I'm sitting down with this badass band called Upwell from Seattle, Washington. Holy shit, they blew me away. I absolutely cannot wait for you guys to meet them. And in the meantime, check it out. You guys, if you have a band or an artist, you got anything dropping anytime soon, you got a single, an album, I would love to talk about it. I am really easy to contact. You can go to the Innocence Torn Facebook page, or you can get a hold of me at innocencetorn@gmail.com. All you got to do is let me know when you're available, and we're going to bring it on. We are the Green Room in people's living rooms, and we want everyone to know about you. So do me a favor, drop me a line. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. We will see you tomorrow night with Upwell. Let's do this shit. All right.